Hello, I'm Kurt Kruger of the Institute of Sports Psychology, Success Systems International, as well as the Peace Lab. And we're here today to really focus on the idea of things that get you to not only be a peak performer, but also deal with stress. Because if you are stressed, how can you perform better? You'll make mistakes, maybe get sick. There's so many things that stress can do to you, and as well as cause trauma. That affects the whole body and makes people sick and makes people miss work and so on, or miss practices if they're an athlete. Imagine being cut off on the freeway by somebody that's racing to the hospital for their wife's birth of the child. You don't know that that's actually so, but it could be. But usually, we get angry. Well, here's a way to stop the overproduction of adrenaline, because adrenaline is a hormone that the body produces to fight or to run or to freeze. And when you have so much more adrenaline than you need, it uses a lot of energy for the body to get rid of it. So instead of wasting energy, we want to be able to chill out faster. We want to relax faster. And the fastest way to do it, the absolute fastest way to do that, is to thump your thymus. Now, where and what is your thymus? Your thymus is part of your endocrine system. That's the system in your body that modulates, that affects all the other systems functioning. It produces those neuroendorphins and all kinds of good things for your body. So when you thump your thymus, which if you take your hand at the base of your throat, just the top of your hand at the base of your throat, and you put your finger in the center of your chest, about 2 inches below your chest is your thymus gland. And that thymus gland, when you thump it, stops the overproduction of adrenaline. Now, the very first thing you can do besides doing this one, thumping it firmly like Tarzan, is to be able to bless the person. Yell out, "Bless you." Why? Because you're sort of upset and you want to get something out. And my grandpa, when he hammered a nail and he hit his thumb instead of the nail, he'd say, "Bless it." Say it loud and crazy, like he's really angry at his thumb for being so sore. But he said, "Bless it." And that helps. As a matter of fact, let me tell you a quick little story. Pierre Pradervon, who has a number of great YouTube programs that deal with the gentle art of blessing. He's a Frenchman and living in Geneva, Switzerland, not Frenchman, he's a Swiss speaking French. And he started a habit of blessing people in his mind as he walks by the streets of Geneva. He'd say blessings of light and love, or blessings of health and wealth, just in his mind. And one day he got to use it so much more. And one day he sees a person sitting on the side of the street, and he blesses him. And the guy jumps up and hits him right in the face. And he wakes up after who knows how long, stands up and blesses the guy again, but the guy's not even there. But he got into such a good habit. And he walks home thinking he's going to see a big black and blue mark. There was nothing. That's the power of blessing and relaxation, letting what happens go, which is pretty hard for most people to do. But blessing is a very, very good thing to do. Now, sometimes we're sitting in a meeting or we're in the classroom and somebody calls you a name. And the best thing to do, instead of calling them a name, which only makes things worse, is to be able to say, "Ouch." And the person will be shocked. Never heard that before. I just said you're stupid or something. And you can say, I said ouch because it doesn't make me feel good. Does it make you feel good when somebody does that to you? A response like that does something called defuse what somebody's trying to do. And it allows us to mellow out. So we have a few simple ways. Just today, we thump our thymus whenever it's needed. And sometimes it's good to thump anyway because it stimulates the adrenaline too, in a way. You can then also bless people and you feel better and they feel your good vibrations. You know, hippies were pretty smart guys, actually. Women too, of course. I'm not saying guys in masculine and feminine. The ouch allows people to know that some people are sensitive, and that's important, and that they are also sensitive. So we have a few stress management or trauma tapping kind of techniques. We tap the trauma away, and that's another practice you'll learn at another time. But this is an opportunity, and so many of these things are written up in that book, Winning Ways for Living. But we're putting this practice, these practices online, not just because of a book, because when everybody is feeling better, who doesn't feel better? The motto of the Peace Lab is peace in everything, everything with peace. And that's like a mantra too. Peace in everything, everything with peace. And there's a Western wall that people stand in front of and they move back and forward. Everything with peace, peace in everything, everything with peace. And that's another de-stressor. It's a peacemaker, peace in everything, everything with peace. Now you've gotten 4 things that will, practices that will allow us to be more peaceful in our lives, happier, healthier, and God willing, holier. So I thank you so much for your attention. Blessings abound when you are around in that peaceful state of mind. Thank you for listening. Share this and share the ideas, and especially share your heart. Thank you for listening. God bless.